your application process to where did you apply, how many applications you sent out, what were you targeting specifically?
So since I didn't have to apply for ArtClean because I made sure there was a part-time student and I could apply 1 year for summer, and then if I didn't get hired back, I would apply for ArtClean. I had a lot of time to do my application. I applied through the VLO portal, which is the portal that has all the applications available for 2L summer positions, for ArtClean positions, also for clerkships. That's where all the students go for. And it opened, I believe, around June, and I checked which positions are available, but I started to prepare my material around mid-July, and it took me 1 month to have it all done. And I took it as a full-time job, and I know not everybody has a time, but I was lucky enough that I was on vacation from the university, and it was the summer, and I happened not to like the summer in Canada, so I was just staying indoors and working on my resumes, my cover letters, and I'm not sure the number of applications that I sent in the end, but I took a strategy that in the beginning, I did the cover letters for the places that I was not very interested into, even though I would like to work there, like it wasn't my top priority, because I used that as a practice on how to get my cover letter to the point that I was satisfied with. And still, like, it wasn't just a meaningless practice. I could still use this material and apply to a position that maybe it would turn out to be an interview. And then after that, I moved on to do the applications for the big law firms, which I wasn't sure if I wanted to get into, but I was interested in a few of them. And I liked the practice, mostly the ones that were also based in Latin America. And then I moved on to them. And then I moved on to the government at last, because I felt like it was better for me, since I had a lot of time, to leave what I really wanted to the end, because I would have more practice and I would be more used to write the cover letters, and it would be easier to do so. And I'm very glad I did that, because I felt that as the time passed and when I was writing my cover letters and my resumes, that didn't change much, but my cover letters, I did tailor them for each position. I found that it was more genuine. It was easier to show a story and to actually not just sound boring on the paper, but actually sound interesting and make them want to interview me. So in the end, I applied to almost every position available in the law. It is not something that I think everybody should do. I did that because I honestly, I knew what I wanted, and I knew my top 20, which consisted of some big law firms, which happily I was called for in the OCIs, and some government positions. But I thought it was better to just keep all the options open. And honestly, as an internationally trained lawyer, and even as a law student in general, we need to be able to keep our mind open and to accept not whatever comes in our way, but whatever comes in our way that we feel comfortable in doing. So that's why I applied. I think I applied to around 60 positions in the end. I'm not sure, but it was a very big number.
Wow.
And another thing I remember on applications is that it was hard in the beginning to understand where to put my documents, because the documents are tailored for JD students. And then I recalled that when I was submitting my transcripts from Brazil, because I thought it was better to do so since I studied there, it wouldn't make sense not to include that. I also put a chart from my home jurisdiction, from my university, explaining what my marks meant. And I think that is something that everybody should do. You shouldn't just put, let's say you're from India, and just put your marks from there, because Canada has no idea what 90% in India means. So you should make sure to include that chart. But aside of that, it was very simple. The Villa portal is very easy to use. It's very user-friendly. And I am not that tech savvy at all. So if I can figure it out, I think anybody can figure that out, and you will be okay. Just make sure you don't leave for the last minute. That is the one tip. Don't leave for last minute, because you end up not being able to apply for everything.
Exactly.